All right, a little bit of core work here, no block or any fancy tricks. We're just gonna run through a couple really good ab cues and simple stuff that we probably do pretty often but don't realize some of the cues that maybe will make it a little bit more intense. So, first thing we're gonna start with is a forearm plank. So, if you've had me as your PT before, you already know what's coming, but you're gonna bring your arms to an 11. So a lot of people clasp their hands. I want you to keep those arms parallel. So you're finding a nice plank here. Find your quads engaged. So you wanna lock out those knees. This is one of the times where I say just lock them out. Squeeze your quads as much as you can. Now pinch your butt like you're pinching a penny between your cheeks. Good, and then the low belly pulls up and in. Press the floor away, so you're really puffing up through that shoulder blade to work those serratus anterior muscles. So you're puffing up, low belly's up and in, quads are on, glutes are on, you might start shaking. Last little bit is press your forearms into the ground. If I was gonna come and pull them off of the mat, you'd be pressing down so much, turning on that transverse abdominis. If you shake, 10 bonus points. So hold that one, try to get 30 seconds 3 times, working up to holding for a minute to a minute and a half, really activating through your transverse abdominis. We do not give these suckers a lot of love, so this is a good one for that. And then your next set of abs are gonna be just simple crunches. So I want you to focus more when you're doing these crunches, reverse tabletop your knees. A lot of people want to pull their knees towards their face. I want you to keep your knees right on top of your hips, maybe even a little bit further away, allowing your low back to stay on the mat. Elbows come wide, and I want you to think as if someone were pulling you up from your sternum rather than crunching here. So your elbows are wide, you can't see them in your peripheral, and you're crunching up, lower down. Crunch up, lower down. Squeeze your inner thighs. Notice your low belly turn on. Exhale as you lift. Pulling your belly in as you exhale. Good. Now from here you do about 8, and then you hold, static hold for 8, and then you pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, elbows wide, 2, 1, release. Do that 3 times at least. Maybe you do it for 30 seconds, that same pattern. 8 crunches, 8 seconds of a static hold, 8 pulses. Loop it up. Good. Last one, my favorite one. Reverse tabletop still for your legs. Arms are straight. So where people usually get this one and don't feel it is they don't keep their arms straight. So you've got to really press your arms into your legs. Now, as I'm doing that, I'm pulling my knees in towards my hands. So my low belly is already activated. My head just stays on the ground and I pull. But I also find a little bit of that tuck through my tailbone. So I'm pulling into my low belly, pressing my hands into my knees, and then pulling my knees to my face at the same time. As you can tell, I'm starting to shake a little bit. My breath's starting to get a little bit harder. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhales out. Try and hold for 30 seconds to a minute of this one. They'll get you. And then always just thinking of low back into the mat, so you're not arching through your spine. Your whole core is on. Breathe out through your mouth. Get those abs working.